Good morning. How is everybody today? It is now 6:22 here in Vero Beach, Florida. And this particular blog is going to be really about a blog. I mean, it's a repeat of a blog I wrote years ago, which I liked, but which is deceiving because I'm older now and I have a different view. So I'm going to be talking about the same subjects. Okay, there'll be those are my notes for this. But in fact, I'll be adding things and cutting out things to clarify what I meant. Let me start off with my favorite person in my whole life. I think is Pete Hetzel, who was my closest and dearest friend, who was born about a year and 3 months ahead of me and was always this much and stayed that far ahead of me. He's still ahead of me, he thinks. And he's been good to me, more so than I've been good to him, although I've been good to him too. But I'm not going to talk about that right now. What I'm going to talk about is that Pete Hetzel is somebody who I trusted with everything. Um, his parents were very loving, wonderfully attentive parents. I had a different experience, and my experience is, I think, interesting. It's sad, but it's also got its happy moments. And I want to differentiate the Pete Hetzel who grew up and the Ron or Ronan or Scratch, you can call me anything. When I grew up, which was a little different because I was I guess let's call it in the streets very early on. I mean, 5 years old. I had freedom at 5, real freedom. I mean, like I'll take a walk around the block or I'll take a walk down 3 blocks this way. And when you do that, which I did, you become wise quickly. Now, that's not like a wise with a capital W. That's just like a wise. And that's what I did. Oh, I see. Okay. I was wondering what the timer is doing and what's going on here. Anyway, so Pete is going to be mentioned from time to time. Pete became an architect and a urban planner. He's a writer. Uh, he's written books and he's edited books. He's a good editor. He has some of my things. Um, and Pete is someone who I've told the deepest truth to, and I've probably told the deepest lies to as well. Um, I'm not bashful about telling the truth or telling the lies. Um, my facts that I'm going to tell you over these videos or blogs or vlogs will be close. Uh, Facts are not facts until they're proven, but the stories will be close to what happened. But I will tell you there will not be a 1 = 1 uh, function. And there's many reasons for it, but one of them is we just can't remember what happened. And we do our best, but we usually color it in one way or another and so forth and so on. And I'm guilty of that. And I'm also innocent of that. Um, but we, the Stanchfield family, we were highly dysfunctional. Um, and I think that the best way of saying that is that we were all dysfunctional and we all didn't know any better. Now, that's not an excuse, it's just a fact. Okay? Uh, I didn't do anything but contribute to the dysfunction because I did a lot of very strange uh, behavioral actions. Going into a car and turning on the radio. Back then, you could open up a door to a car because most people didn't lock their doors. You could go into the car and you could sit there listening to radio. I've done that. And that's what I mean by odd or different or whatever, unusual. Um, and my hope for these videos, for these blogs, will be that people don't judge me or my work uh, as a singular item. I'd like to see them collect a number of impressions. And then if you're going to judge me, judge away. But at least you'll have a series of items to have concocted your version of who I am. Okay, and so my hope is that people will be curious enough to see more than one, and that they'll look at more than just my writing, but my art, my movies, everything I've done, and then judge me. Okay, so that's done. I should start out by saying, in truth, I have suffered all my life, and I'm pretty sure all my life, with bipolar disorder. Um, it was first diagnosed uh, as a manic depression, I guess, when I was in the Marine Corps. Not a good place to get it. Not a good place to be known as bipolar or manic depressive. Um, I'm glad that happened because it radicalized me uh, and made me nonviolent, actually. Even though bipolar people tend to be violent, I was thrust into a non-violent consciousness as an anti-war activist. The Marine Corps did a good job in teaching me, not what they wanted to teach me, but what they did teach me. And so that's key to understanding me too. I've worked on it and had therapy on it for, no joke, 30, 40 years. Um, I don't hesitate to seek help. I don't hesitate to say, please help me. Um, and uh, part of the reason I don't do that is because it turned out that it's never really worth it for me. Okay, so uh, when you think of me, and think of me in the whole, but don't say now that you know this, oh, he's bipolar, and let that be your stamp on who I am. That's not fair to me, and it's really not fair to you. Uh, I can play act, and I sometimes get out of my polarity by play acting. I play act as being normal, and damn, that works. I mean, it's a really good tactic. It's all theater. I could be in a deep depression and my stomach is, going down to my knees, but I'm on the outside looking cool. I mean, I'm not saying I'm cool. I'm not cool. I'm uncool, as a matter of fact. But the tricks that people perform in order to heal themselves are magnificent. And I'm happy that I can get out of a bad mood like that just by first play acting that I'm happy and then become happy. And then suddenly that low gets to be even and it's starting to go up because that means probably I'm going to have 3 or 4 days of sometimes great, but sometimes terrible visions. So that's an ongoing thing. And please don't let it hang you up about me because it shouldn't. It's not that important with me. I mean, it was for years, but I'm used to it. It's over for me. It doesn't control me. Okay, I want to talk about my parents. What's the time on this? Okay, I want to talk about my parents between 1935 and 1945. And then what we'll do is we'll go to the next video to do. I probably won't do it today, but I will do it soon because I want the age of me to appear approximately the same all during these, videos. Okay. In 1935, my brother was 3 years old, and he had already had experiences of my parents leaving him with my mother's parents and sisters while they went away for a weekend or for, um, a week or whatever. And eventually, by the time he was 6 or 7, he was living full time in Portland, Maine, and working with, living with my grandparents. And it wasn't until about a year or so before I was born in 1944 that he got back his parents. The problem was for my brother, me. I became the problem because one golden rule of life is the baby gets the most attention, and the baby continues to get the attention until the baby decides to, walk about, I guess, to use a Australian term. And that's what I did. Um, I will tell you that when I was born, it was in the middle or near the end of the World War II. Cigarettes were rare. People got them, but they got them through illegal methods. Uh, Books were rare because they ran out of paper. They not only ran out of paper for the paper on the cigarettes, but they ran out of paper for the paper in books. So many of the publishers had to earn money by selling uh, coupons towards the next book. I'm going to leave you with that because I don't want to sell my book for coupons. I want to sell my books for money. But I want to also end this now so that I can get it up and start coming into the day when it'll get nicer and brighter in here, and then I'll maybe do another one. Okay, thank you. Have a good day. Come back and see me. I should say you should go to the songs. The songs on this website are tremendous. Um, I'm sure you'll find 10 or 15 that you've wanted to hear and you haven't heard in years, and you'll listen to them. So have a good time there. Also listen to my my friend and my uh, uh, narrative developer. How about that? I'm talking about Drew Arnold, and she does some. She's going to be doing all the videos, not the videos, the audios of the books, which will come out in about a year or so, I guess. So listen to her too, and you'll hear parts of both the short stories, and you'll hear at least one chapter of the book. Okay, I'll see you later. Have a good day. Bye bye.